If you've only read the Dragon Ball manga, the matter of how Frieza became a cyborg will still be a mystery to you. However, in the anime rendition only, we got to see the exact events of what happened to Frieza after planet Namek's explosion. After the planet exploded, Frieza's father, King Cold, was alerted that the Force couldn't reach Frieza's ship anymore, so he decided the Force must go looking for him. King Cold vowed that even if Frieza was dead, he would avenge his clan and thus maintain them as the strongest in the universe. After scouting for some time, they finally found Frieza out in the debris of the planet. This probably happened a day or two after the planet exploded. Frieza's race are amazing, as we can see they can just about survive a planet exploding. Frieza was completely incapacitated, but yet still had the natural toughness to keep himself from dying. Once the Cold Force were back at headquarters, they firstly used the healing chamber to revive Frieza's body tissue, whilst a team of the brightest engineers...
What's this mechanical...
Sorry, I've got a Ginyu frog in my throat. Worked to make attachments to make Frieza complete. On a side note guys, consider subscribing to us if you're into Dragon Ball and hit the bell so you don't miss any uploads, and actually the best way to stay notified is by following me on Twitter, as sometimes YouTube notifications are lazy like Beerus. If we reference forward to Resurrection of F, it's amazing that the remnant of Frieza's army had better scientists and engineers than at the peak of the Cold Clan. Back in Z, they were only able to add cybernetic limbs, whereas in Resurrection F, the scientists completely reconstructed Frieza's entire body from just small pieces. Anyways, if you look at the Dragon Ball Z episode, you find Toei left an Easter egg, and it was to the $6 Million Man 1970s action TV series, which I've actually watched in my childhood, so it was amazing to see that this show was referenced here. It was a show where a NASA astronaut, Colonel Steve Austin, is severely injured in the crash of an experimental aircraft and then rebuilt in an operation that cost $6 million. His right arm, both his legs and left arm are replaced with bionic implants that enhance his strength, speed and vision far above human norms. Like Steve Austin, both of Frieza's legs were made of cybernetics, but instead it was Frieza's right eye and his left arm that were made bionic. The visuals in this anime scene are similar to the TV series, and to top it all off, the Funimation dub actually uses the same dialogue as the original TV series at one point.
We can rebuild him. We have the technology.
We can rebuild him. Oh no, we have the technology to make him faster, stronger, and in every way more powerful than he was before.
Hold on, is that Krillin's dad? Why is he working for the Frieza Force? So now we know that Krillin's dad actually had a nose. Anyways, I also wanted to note something else guys, and I want you to let me know your opinion down in the comments. I think this scene and concept in Dragon Ball may have inspired George Lucas for the Revenge of the Sith movie. The Dragon Ball scene is similar to when Obi-Wan Kenobi had beaten Anakin and left him for dead, and then the Emperor Palpatine comes to rescue Anakin and reconstruct him. Obi-Wan Kenobi of course represents Goku, and the Emperor represents King Cold. But I think George Lucas was probably older than the age back of the Dragon Ball, but maybe he watched it with his children in the US in the 90s, and that's how he got the inspiration. The final thing to note about Mecha Frieza is that his presence on Earth foreshadowed the coming of the android in Cell Saga, as Dr. Giro's bot was able to sample their cells to be programmed into the android cell. It did seem a waste to have the previous arc's strongest being in the universe feature for just one episode and then to be killed off, but it was needed to tie up the story about Cell then being the ultimate warrior. He can't be without some of Frieza's cells, right? The idea of a cyborg version of Frieza being stronger than his organic form was used to introduce the fandom to the idea that cybernetic parts can bring more strength, hence making the Earth's androids off the charts strength a more believable plot point when it actually featured shortly after this. What do you think of Mecha Frieza? Do you like his design, or do you think he was wasted, or did he actually show off future Trunks in the best possible way? Definitely let me know down in the comments section below. And also if you missed it, check out this video up in the corner about the hidden meaning behind future Trunks' hand signs in the Burning Attack Key Blast. Thanks guys for watching, and if you enjoyed it, please Kaioshin that like button and subscribe to expand your knowledge of Dragon Ball and get coverage of Super. So I'll see you in the next video, but until then, I challenge you to watch the following videos of mine. Alright? Cheers, guys. Kai Kai.